What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another episode of Screen Time Continuum, episode 2 of Banter, Banter, Banter. I'm here with the boys. Keelan, what's going on, man?
I can't complain, just sitting in front of this vent. Oh, wait, we're in the wrong way. Yeah, I'm sitting in
There it
front of this
is.
vent.
There it is.
Ready to vent.
I like it. There you go. And we got Mike. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, man? He's on
Dun, dun,
mute.
dun.
Might
He's
not be
doing
doing
it.
it.
Banter, banter, banter time.
Sweet.
Let's get it in.
All right. That sounds good. Well,
Wait. Nobody
yeah.
asked. How are you, Nick?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Getting ready for the holiday coming up.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God.
No, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Hoping that you're having a wonderful evening or whenever you're watching this. Tonight we're doing a loose freeform episode that we entitled Banter. We're going to be talking about a little bit about the new Star Wars trilogy, how the Marvels performed. We're also going to be talking about some viral disinformation, maybe, or fake outrage. Keelan will be heading that one up. And we're also going to be talking about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite dish? Gotta figure that out. I think there's going to be a heated debate about that one.
Yeah,
maybe a couple other things too.
It's definitely not string bean casserole.
No, it's not string bean anything,
It's
man.
it's something with raisins in it, isn't it?
Oh God, no! What? Gee, come on, man. Have a little faith in me.
It's chitterlings.
Man, a couple more things. Maybe I got this weird itch about AI that I kind of want to get off my chest, but I'll work that in somehow.
Oh man, I'm definitely wanting to hear about that one.
And I want to say, I promise, I guarantee we are on the same thread, on the same post with that right now. And I guarantee I know what you're talking about. But I hope we get there.
Fair enough. We will. I'll find a way to thread it in along into this conversation. But first and foremost, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to join us live, you can always do that. You can always jump in the comment section, and we will read your comments because we have very little followers. So that's one of the privileges of watching a small channel, is that you get to interact with us. So thanks for doing that. Let's jump into some of the topics, guys. Are you excited for the new Star Wars trilogy?
I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah, I promise I'm on the same. I'm like, wait, there's a new Star Wars trilogy, and why?
Are we going back in time?
Hold on, wait. He didn't even say he was ready to jump into all of these questions. He said, "Are we excited?" No.
Fair enough. No. All right. Good. Mike, are you excited?
I'm excited that they might fix some of the tomfoolery that they just put us through.
Okay. What if I told you that Daisy Ridley is going to be in it?
Nah, I don't even know who that is.
Wait a minute. The girl from the sequel or the sequel trilogy.
Who?
Rey Skywalker.
Oh.
Oh, now you know who it is. Jeez. It took you long enough.
I can sense the disdain.
Yeah.
What is she, Jesus now?
Oh God.
I was going to think something along those lines. Yeah, definitely. Maybe like
she going to be flying through space with no helmet on, zapping people with her force lightning, cutting through planets with her lightsaber,
bringing back the dead. Probably.
You mean all the stuff Luke Skywalker did in the disavowed knowledge that we're no longer allowed to speak of?
Right. Yes. Basically taking all of the extended universe and putting it into one person. I think that's what they're going to go for.
I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, why does this not? So this was the moment I was having over here while you guys were saying that. It sounds like they're aware of a storyline that got deleted. And it's AP.
Right. Keelan,
they're remaking this. Yeah.
Keelan, your audio might be coming through your phone and not your headset.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
That's better.
Yeah, because he's closer to his phone.
No, wait. Is it? How about that?
No, that's good.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah, no, I fixed it. It was coming through the wrong mic, in fact.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, there's not much known about this right now, but Daisy Ridley just had an interview not too long ago, I think a few days ago, talking about how she's excited to jump back into the role of Star Wars. I mean, but is anybody excited? Are the people at Disney excited for that? Because I just
yeah, they are. They're totally excited.
think so.
Because all they got to do is make her gay and then make her lame.
Oh God!
You broke our 10-minute rule. You broke our 10-minute rule. Now
right
you
back to South Park we go.
Is that my fault? Is that really my fault?
It is your fault.
Look, you see what I did? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. You got a little more time. I'm coming back in a minute. Don't worry. We may continue.
Right.
Okay. The views and emotions expressed by Mike are not the views expressed by the entire cast. And he would like to take this time to thank you with his 54-point apology, starting with, this is why Pepper is a Sith.
There you go. Disavow.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot known. Is that they don't know if it's going to be a full trilogy, but she's back for at least one more movie. I don't know where they could take this further. You know what I was thinking about when I read this? I was thinking, are they trying to make so many Star Wars movies that each Star Wars movie that comes out, you start to hate the original trilogy more? Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, the more Star Wars stuff they push out, the less I like the original trilogy. And I'm wondering if that might be just me or if there's sort of a fatiguing effect going on.
I think it might be a little bit of both. Because honestly, I can absolutely understand the fatiguing. Absolutely. But you know what? Personally, I look at the first three Star Wars, and I don't remember the others.
True.
I don't care.
Fair.
They kind of don't exist because there's so even the second trilogy, it's just like, Misa don't care. Misa. If you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
And then the last trilogy was just Nazis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nazis.
Well, we're not supposed to say the N word.
Oh, sorry. That's the bad N word, Mike.
Right.
Yeah. You can say the other one all you want.
You can't make this stuff up. I'm sorry. You were saying.
I'm really over here wishing I had like a Wilhelm board and a visual effect board to just. I just want to put up the disclaimer and the American flag at the same time.
There you go.
I don't know how or why, but I feel like everybody would have understand how that makes sense. But this what was my Star Wars. No, I remember.
Yeah, you're back.
It was how I wanted to address it, and I lost how I wanted to address it, but I remember the topic. That's it, because I didn't want to say too much because it kind of ties into our next segment as well. But the reason the next segment is going to make so much sense to talk about right now, whether you've seen any material or not, is the same reason that we decided to back off of some material from the people who made both this and the next topic, which is Marvel and Star Wars things. Disney. It made sense when we started walking away from the Marvel Universe stuff, because I had already walked away from the Star Wars stuff years ago. And when I say years ago, I mean around like season 4. No.
Season 4?
No. Yeah, exactly. Just wait. I'm trying to remember when. Either way, somewhere along the line of watching Clone Wars, the animated series, is when they lost me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, hold on, wait, is this real? Are you making stuff up? What's going on? And then you came out with the new movies, and now we're 20 years down the road, and they're still coming out with it. And yes, it's over fatigue. Like when I say I haven't cared in all of my adult life.
Yeah. I think that's fair too. And it makes me think about like the ancillary stuff that Disney is doing with Star Wars, like the Star Wars Land in Disneyland. And have you guys been to that ever?
I have.
I've only been there once, but
I don't think so.
Once as well.
Yeah. I didn't find it memorable at all, unfortunately. I didn't really think about it as like a Star Wars thing. It just felt a little bit like, um, I don't know, Red Rocks in, Colorado meets some sort of junky alien planet. I don't know.
and
It
there-
didn't
and there's
didn't
more
feel like
workers
Star
than
Wars.
people over
You
there
mean like
visiting, so the
Tatooine?
That's true.
interactions are kind of weird.
No, because I feel like Tatooine might have felt a little bit more like the original trilogy of Star Wars. This one's all based off of the sequel trilogy, and that lore didn't have enough time to sort of bake. So most of what's you would think would be recognizable about the Star Wars land is all of the stuff from the old trilogy, like the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca walking around. Everything else is almost undiscernible from
Everything
any
else is
other sci-fi.
stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers walking around, and then like mud huts that
Mhm.
have like little aliens on the rafters.
But remember, mostly, and I mean mostly, like 85% stormtroopers.
Oh yeah, basically, because they don't have any other characters that are sort of like recognizable. I guess Ray is for maybe young kids, but um, I can't imagine how far Disney is willing to go to sort of like pump the life force out of whatever's left of Star Wars. I
Of
just
Star
don't think
Wars, yeah.
like you got to be crazy to think that you can pump out another trilogy so soon after the last one.
I
I don't know.
mean, when you're there's no nice ways to say this stuff in my vocabulary, but when you're just all about trying to pump out as much as you can to try to sell your soul as fast as possible for as much as you can get, I mean, you're willing to sell everybody out.
Mm.
And that's basically what they're doing. They're selling the soul of Star Wars and George Lucas and his vision, his dream. And they're doing it with the help of somebody who was there for the original and know they messing up.
That's very
No, they're
true.
tearing it apart.
I
Yeah,
would so
It's almost like it's spiteful to hate him.
a little bit. Yeah.
that's actually what's going to be my question, Mike. Is I remember, so I didn't know that the lady who's doing everything, I had no clue that she was involved way back then. And when I found that out, that was the first time I started thinking that it was sabotage.
Mm.
But the last time we had a Star Wars discussion, I hadn't read enough about her or her involvement. But from what I've learned to date and what you just said, what we're discussing now, even finding out, like Nick just said, like you just had a huge flop, 3 flops in a row. You're trying it again already? At least let us forget the names of the characters in the last one.
And that only take a couple more months, but like I think you're jumping the gun. No.
So
Did you guys hear about that Star Wars hotel that they did for like a
yes,
year?
I
Yeah,
did.
that was amazing.
Somebody
Did you?
told me it looked amazing, but it was way too expensive.
Oh,
I'm
when you
trying to
have the
remember what they changed
time,
it to.
they haven't
Huh?
changed it yet. They just shut it down. But
Uh-oh.
when you have the time, go ahead and watch YouTube videos of the people taking tours. Most people are pretty excited about it, but when you sort of strip the veneer off of it, it's really just an incredibly overpriced escape room experience. That doesn't really feel a whole lot like Star Wars. I think it was like $5,000 for 2 days,
Something like
something
Yeah.
like
that.
that. Yeah. I mean, oof. And they've shut it down. They basically said that they don't have it's not making money, it's not doing well, so they shut it down.
Duh.
Yeah.
You want
You
people to
don't
pay
say.
$5,000 for 2 nights?
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Yeah,
And if
that
you
would
don't,
yeah.
well, and if you don't pay that much, then you're not going to get that experience. You can go over to the other Disney-owned hotel and pay half that price because it's a
Man,
discount.
True.
I can look.
It's not a discount. It's
I mean,
overpriced still.
you could fly 2 people to Japan for $5,000 with hotel stay. So,
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And then you
I
can get a
think I want
whole
to do
love
this too.
hotel that's themed Star Wars.
Did you
You
say
got a
you can
little Jabba
buy?
the Hutt robot coming out, but like, oh baby.
Bisa Jaga Wookie.
oh.
These are things that actually are possible.
They
Man,
will be possible in the
Yeah.
metaverse. They will be possible.
Oh, in the metaverse, it's definitely happening already.
Yeah, that's true.
How is this one company allowed to destroy so much loved stuff?
It's kind of incredible the way that they did that. Like
One
in
company.
Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all of the Marvels, all of the old
No.
cartoons that they're
All of the
remaking.
MCU.
Yes, all of the
Just all of
MCU,
it.
all of the cartoons that we loved as a kid, they're doing remakes and live action remakes that aren't as
Right.
good.
This
Right.
is a kid who, okay, what? Oh, wow. So this,
Gargoyles.
whoever's doing this, whoever's in charge of all of this,
Gargoyles.
they were just a little bit older than all of us, and they hated our generation.
Yes, they
And
did.
now they want to make us suffer watching all
Yes,
of
they
this
did.
destruction that's going on.
Typical millennial trash. Just got to be hipsters about everything, huh?
I
Yeah.
mean, look what they did to Indiana Jones.
No,
Man,
I don't. That's
I
vomit
can't.
on the floor that hasn't been cleaned.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. I mean, I know y'all don't like doing it necessarily,
He's
but
my son.
man, Star Wars is literally. I mean, sorry. See, it's all interchangeable at this point.
Jurassic
Becomes
Park.
that,
They
yeah.
look, throw Jurassic Park in
South
there.
Park. South Park made fun of them when they first messed with Indiana Jones all them years ago,
Yeah. I
and then they
remember.
did it again. And they didn't even have to. They didn't even have to rehash the old episode just to make fun of it now. What they're currently doing, and it's still just as relevant.
Yep.
They literally raped Indiana Jones, and that episode was hilarious.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Keelan, no, they can't have Jurassic Park because Universal is holding on that to dear life. Or
Yeah, but
now.
they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing to it that Disney's doing all these other things.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Universal's
true.
actually trying to create their own universe of monster movies, but I think it already failed.
I was just about to say you can try, but success is not in the try; it's in the accomplishment.
Well,
It's a fact.
right, because you know they redid the Mummy, and they did with Tom Cruise and what is that beautiful woman's name? God, she is gorgeous. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Nefertiti?
She played the huh?
Good
Nefertiti.
job.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
But
I think that's who she was playing, wasn't it?
I think so. No, I don't think so. But she, oh man, she is gorgeous. But she was going to be the.
Fraser has the best mummy movie. I'm sorry, you were trying to figure out her name and it made me think about that.
Yeah, best mummy movie for sure. But you know, she looks better than all the rest of them. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is they were trying to start with that and make the Mummy. They were going to do Frankenstein. They were going to do the Werewolf Man. They were going to do the creature from the Black Lagoon, and they were trying to create a universe, kind of like how they're doing with Godzilla, where they now have the Godzilla movies, but they also have what's the company's name? They got a whole show about it now.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a monster. What is it? Monster. The M Corporation in Godzilla universe.
Don't know, man.
But you know what I'm talking about, even if you don't know.
Yeah.
They have a whole show now that's out that's supposed to be a spinoff from the movies to create a new universe for Godzilla to exist in, where they're gonna create, because you know they got the new Godzilla movies coming out. There's I think two movies coming out. One's coming out in the next couple of months.
I don't know. The best Godzilla movie was the Matthew Broderick one.
You take that back.
No, I won't. I'm gonna take that. No. It had the best marketing campaign. Do you guys remember? You guys both lived in LA. That giant hole that was in the on the skyscraper off of the 405. That was good marketing. That was good marketing, man. You don't get marketing like that anymore.
I think at the time that building was vacant, and now it's like lost or something, isn't it?
Yeah, or it's like the what was it, True Car or whatever.
How dare you, sir?
I think it is True Car now.
Something like that. Yeah. But no,
right up the road from Capitol Records.
I did watch that Mummy movie with Tom Cruise. It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
It was fine, and it had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in it, and they were trying to build out that sort of the
right. That was the Universal's attempt at creating a monster universe.
Yes, the monster universe.
Because I think they were going to redo Dracula and everything.
They were. And I would have wished that they brought League of Extraordinary Gentlemen back.
Oh, I love that.
Honestly, that might have been where it was headed to some degree.
Connery. Sean Connery back, just
Hey,
slapping
sometimes
women,
I
slapping
love
women,
that.
and slapping the Invisible Man. There
I was
you
just
go.
gonna say sometimes you just gotta slap them.
Gotta slap him. God,
Hey, that was wild when he said
it was
that.
super wild,
They
man. Holy
brought that
moly.
back up like it was something brand new. It was like back in the 70s. He said that.
Yeah.
Hey man, it worked.
The views
So says
expressed
It
by
he.
worked.
Keelan on this podcast do
Yeah.
not reflect.
What do you mean? They brought it back up so that they could get some notoriety and
Yeah, but you
irritate
Oh,
said
the
it
see what
worked.
he
viewers, and
did.
it
Yep.
worked.
See what he did there? That was a clever flip of the thing there. I get that.
But
Okay,
I was
so
also thinking
yeah.
really quick, thinking about all these monster movies. Why is there never a Swamp Thing movie? I think that would be freaking dope.
Because that's
Like
DC.
yeah,
That's
no, no,
true.
no, no. But that's my point. That could save the whole DC. That ship's been burning for a long time.
I honestly, because I don't know if you know this or not, they're actually doing a sequel to Constantine, and I
Oh
think if they
God,
do that, he could possibly make an appearance in that.
you just made my head hurt, bro.
We just need
Um,
we just need Swamp Thing to have a horror movie.
well,
Right, like
Constantine
a
would work
real
right into
Swamp
that
Thing
though.
movie. No, because they won't allow Constantine to even be Constantine in his movie. So how they gonna allow Swamp Thing to be Swamp Thing in a
No, it's
Constantine
going to
movie?
be Keanu. He's doing it. If that's
Bullshit.
what you mean.
No, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no.
he said he would do it.
I'm sure he'll do it. I'm talking about what they allow in movies. Like as far as Constantine
Content.
is a murderer. All right. Let's not cut splice. He doesn't live in the world of nice, nice. He lives in the world of reality and sacrifice. And you know what I'm talking about? And if you put Swamp Thing into that, then you're really just putting him into voodoo and hexing and all. No, no, no. We're not gonna compartmentalize Swamp Thing and the fact that he literally is probably the strongest being in the entire DC universe. No.
Yeah, I think that's
I wouldn't
fair.
go that far.
You might be right about them trying to relegate it to the voodoo stuff if they attach it to Constantine, because it would have to make sense in Constantine's world. And
Right.
Constantine isn't it's a grounded sort of street level world where
Well, they have interactions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's all.
they do.
That's why I said that they Constantine and Swamp Thing have interactions, so
They
it's
do.
not like it would be that far,
It's not
out of the norm
far-fetched.
for them.
It's not far-fetched. I'm just saying if that's how they introduce Swamp Thing, if they get a Swamp Thing, give a Swamp Thing movie before they do that, there's context to Swamp Thing, and then you don't feel like they're downgrading his character when they put him in Constantine. But because of and again, Nick understood what I was saying, and I'm sure you do too. But just the context of what they'll have to make, like the marriage that will make Swamp Thing work in a Constantine movie, I think it would destroy the ability to grow that character.
I'm willing to see John Wick do magic.
I don't want to. I think I love Keanu Reeves. I think he needs to take a break.
Hey.
I'm tired of it.
I was thinking that too. I think we need somebody other than Keanu Reeves, and I love Keanu Reeves. Listen,
Hey,
I still
he
like.
need
I
to
still
go to
think Bill
space
and
and do
Ted's.
magic.
I still think Bill and Ted's was great work. You know what I mean? But I would like to see some other talents out there.
Bro, I just relaunched Cyberpunk 2077 because they had the DLC that came out, and I totally forgot he was in it. And when he pops up again, I'm like, God, I can't get rid of this guy. He's everywhere. He's in my video games.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. He hasn't popped up in the sports games yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Oh man, I'm sure.
The-
I'm sure he's
the
in Call of
replacements.
Isn't
The
he in Call of
replacements
Duty?
for two. He's definitely in Call of Duty, Fortnite,
Is
all of those. I've literally
Fortnite,
seen the
yeah.
commercials for those. I'm thinking he'll pop up in like Madden or something if they do another replacements. No, yeah, he was in the replacements, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He'll be in everything. He'll be the first digitized person at some point. I'm sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I still think
Oh no,
Tony
that
Hawk
was
owns
Bruce
that,
Willis.
right?
Did you guys hear about that?
What?
Bruce Willis signed over his likeness to AI company, so that way his likeness can make commercials forever now.
Oh, Jesus.
It's starting, bro.
Before I forget, though, I just want to
It
state,
only takes
I don't
one.
know if you guys know this or not, but Swamp Thing was in a couple of movies in the 80s.
I used to have a
Yes.
Swamp Thing action figure that
Okay.
glowed in the dark, and that shit was dope.
I
Yeah.
never saw any of those movies because I was, not born yet, but
Right.
I do
Thanks
know
for
that they
that.
exist.
He's so young. He's so young.
Thanks for that.
Appreciate it, huh? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
I only feel like I'm 1,000 now.
Hey, Mike, put your hand up and go
You know,
blow the
I
dust
wouldn't-
off. Sorry. Nick was trying to guide us to the next
Oh, it's cool. I think you guys are excited for Star Wars, so we'll just wait.
Oh,
and see
yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See what you did there.
Yes,
I
sir.
see what you did there.
Yeah. Oh well. Speaking of the same gigantic global corporation that owns everything, we should talk about the Marvels.
Yeah.
The
Marvels.
Marvels.
No, that's different.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with it not being the Marvels and being the Marvels because I wanted to see a Marvels movie and that's what would have excited me. So continue.
Yeah, that movie opened up with a whopping $47 million on the first weekend,
Yep.
which is the lowest opening weekend for any MCU movie ever in the history of MCU, even lower than the Hulk, which I actually like that version of the Hulk.
Was it lower than? It's still lower than Ant-Man. That's the part that blows my
Yes.
mind.
Yes. I mean, but the only people surprised by this is probably Brie Larson and
No, she's
maybe.
not surprised.
Oh, you don't think so?
When she was asked during one of the circuits, like, "Oh, are you, or it was after Endgame or after Captain
After the
Marvel."
original Captain Marvel movie, she was not. She was saying, "Oh, if they want me to come back, I will. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Does anybody
If they want
want
me
you
to come
back?
back."
Is what she said.
Mhm.
Yeah, and nobody
And that's
did.
when Don Cheadle poked up. Was like, "No."
Nope, we do not want you back. But apparently, they were contractually obligated to make this movie, so that's why
Right.
it came out because they signed a deal with her and with all of the producers to make this movie. And then obviously COVID hit and all of that stuff, and then it got kicked down the road, and now this is the outcome. And I brought some numbers because I know Keelan likes
Oh
numbers.
yeah. The numbers on this one are crazy
Yes,
Oh, it's
indeed.
crazy.
because
I heard
the
the drop
second
off on
week
the second
drop
week
off
was
was
like
80%.
Yes.
like
That's
down
the-
to 13.
That's even worse than The Flash, and that movie was way worse.
That's true.
Way
It
worse.
was.
I mean, I actually saw The Flash. I'm saying it because I actually saw The Flash.
Mm.
It was terrible. I mean, just snacks.
Yeah.
Just it was
we're gonna have to
on the
change
same
genre
playing
in which we
field.
watch things.
Right. It was on the same playing field as Project Legion. It was
Ew.
that bad. It was really that bad.
You said Project. You didn't even have to say Legion. I knew where you were going with this.
Right.
Yeah,
I
we
know
always
you
know.
do. I would rather watch Wendell and Wild twice than watch either one of these movies.
You're lying.
Nope,
would
I mean it.
never watch that twice.
I said what I said.
I don't know.
Said what
Okay.
I said.
I probably watch it
Well,
again.
let me give you guys some numbers before we talk more about this. So,
Go for it.
the production budget. Do you guys want to guess what the production budget was?
$257 million.
Okay, Keelan, what do you say?
The production budget for the Marvels. Full movie. How long is the movie? What's the runtime?
8 years.
I think it's like 80 something. 105 minutes.
Yeah, it got cut down a lot.
It's very
that's
short.
a hell cut down. So that costs some extra money right there too. I say around 800 mil. Nah, realistic. Be realistic.
No,
Yeah.
that would include the advertising and all the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, prediction wise, I'd say this movie is probably under 150 mil. Right around probably like 147.
All right. Well, Mike wins because he did not go over. His estimate was $257 million. It was $274 million.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I was like, that was too short.
Yeah, way short. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, which means it would have to make $600,000 plus just to break even after marketing. Because you double the budget for marketing, which I think is absolutely insane.
It has to be 2.5 times. It's two and a half times for them to make their money back, and that includes advertising. That includes all the
Advertising is absolutely out of control. That's insane.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see, I'm over here like I'm a little kerfuffled. Like, wow,
Right.
that means
That's
advertising has changed in only in a few years under the same umbrella for a movie that had absolutely no marketing push.
they're saying
Right.
that this might be the best thing to happen because it's everything's gotten so big budget that everything is big budget. And so because
Yeah.
of that, it's going to contract everything back down. So people are going to take less risk. They're going to invest less money, and you're going to get these smaller budgeted movies that are going to do much better now because they
Hopefully.
have to be more frugal with everything that they do.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, let's hope so.
That's
I'm
the
down for
hope
it.
anyway.
So,
I'll
yes.
listen. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, that was my statement. Is I'll listen.
Yeah. All right. So the budget is 274 million. Opening weekend, it made 46 million dollars, which is abysmal. It's really bad. And to date, as of right now, it has made 163 million dollars.
Right.
So it's still about 120 million dollars shy, breaking even of its budget, and then it's about, I think, $300 million in the hole for its advertising.
And what are they, a month in?
I've had a few weeks,
Not almost.
3 or 4 weeks.
I think we're in week 3
They'll make that money
on this
back in
Friday.
15 years.
Yeah. I don't know why this brings me so much joy to see it fail. It's not like I'm invested in it, but it brings me joy to watch it fall.
No, I think I know why. Here's a reality. You a little bit of that too, maybe. But you know that the people on the ground floor already got paid because they got paychecks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only people that are really losing in this situation are people who have robbed from other facets in the past. So it almost feels like karmic. When you see big flops like this, it almost feels karmic.
It's because the only people losing the money are the banks that loaned them the money for the movie.
Which means they're not losing nothing because they just gonna print it again.
Yeah. Exactly.
You mean Disney? I mean House of Mount. Wait.
Figure it out.
Are we allowed to say it now?
I don't know.
Are we? I'm going to leave it ambiguous just in case. I don't know. Sure.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna go the way the wind blowing.
There you go. That's good. But yeah, man, I think that this is sort of the writing on the wall. I think that we were a little bit ahead of the curve when we decided we were going to sort of back off of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like they just oversaturated their market. And I think that Mike was right. Having movies that are the budget of like $500 million is crazy.
Nice.
That's insane.
Crazy. Especially when they don't even look that good. Where's all that money going?
I would say salaries, but it can't be that.
You hear me? Location, maybe.
Location, they're in a box, in a green box most of the time with these movies. They don't even have locations.
I mean, I know Aluminum Man was making like $50 million a movie.
Who's Aluminum Man?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know either. He's having
Iron Man.
Oh, there you go.
Got it.
Damn, whoosh, right over
both of you guys. God dang.
Hey, use them nanojets. The nanojets.
We're bad friends.
All that got me. The nanotech was cloaking your meaning. Sorry.
Yes.
Right. Clearly.
Very clearly.
But yeah, he was making like 50 million a movie. So I mean, times what, 4 or 5 for the Avengers?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much they're making, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to make what he making.
You got to also remember that he was the golden child they wanted to succeed anyway. So when he got his shit right, they were happy to give it to him.
It's arguable that he was the only reason it's arguable that he was the only reason that the Marvel franchise was able to be a thing anyway.
I didn't even care for him all that much.
No, but it's more so just he had a notable enough name for them to really ride his. He was the last weight to get the sled to roll perfectly through the track.
Yeah,
and he was.
You needed the face, the front man for the project, and I think he did a pretty good job at that.
Right.
And it's so bad now. They're talking about bringing his character back from the dead just to bring him back.
I mean, and if we're like,
Multiverse.
if we
Just a dance on his corpse.
yeah, and let's keep it
Pretty
a
much.
bean too. If we're being honest, because of him, a lot of people have made really successful careers by being in these movies.
No, agreed. I mean, Chris Evans is. They're talking about bringing him back because they don't want to see the black guy take the mantle.
I believe it.
Or
No,
maybe
no, no.
I heard that.
I
No,
said
no,
that
no.
exactly the way it needed to be said.
I remember.
Okay.
I remember the. Yeah, no, I remember the speculations of that, but I haven't seen it lately. But I still believe that that discussion's going on. Yeah,
Because
that was
I
a
think,
real thing.
I think they
I
have a
thought it
whole
was.
movie already shot.
Oh damn!
Falcon.
I think they have a whole movie shot, and they're talking about remaking
Captain
the whole
America
thing.
movie, I think you said.
Yeah.
I think it kind of rolls back to the Idris Elba James Bond thing.
Or was it because Jonathan Majors was going to be a big part of it?
Say they need
Because
They're talking about
black guy at a
scrapping
time?
that.
Well, that's what I mean is
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're basically scrapping anything Jonathan Majors was going to appear
And
in.
he's not even guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He's
Oh,
literally
he is.
he's
guilty of one thing, Mike.
literally been exonerated, and they're prosecuting her now.
Yeah, he's
that's the
guilty of
Johnny
one
Depp
thing, Mike.
thing, right?
And they're trying to get him back on the Pirates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he keeps
I
going to
mean,
the
yeah.
parks. Do you see? I keep seeing reels of him at the park as Jack Sparrow. So he
No
just hangs
way.
out at the park. Oh yeah, yeah.
Fucking dude.
He's been doing that for years.
I know. I did
Yeah.
say he's still doing it. That's
He's
the
still
part.
doing it.
That's the part. I know he used to do it. And my at first, so just a quick version of like I thought he used to do that for his kid, and everybody else just happened to, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No.
No,
You
he just
just-
likes that character so
Yeah,
much.
you just kill a half a bottle of wine, go and tell the dentist to change your teeth to Jack Sparrow's teeth, throw on a hat and some locks, and walk outside and start slurring.
Side note
Mince
to that.
around.
Side note to that, Jason Momoa was dressing up as Jack Sparrow on the set of Aquaman 2 just to piss off Amber Heard.
Hey,
I was like, damn, that's hella petty.
that's super petty.
Do you hear that she got cut? They finally
yeah.
cut her out of everything.
Oh, she's
What?
completely cut now?
I think so. I
They
think
made her
they-
come to
that's
work and
great.
shoot, and then still cut her from the movie.
That's
think so.
great. Now she
Yeah.
doesn't have a chance to poop on anyone else's bed.
That is Hollywood in a nutshell.
But see, this is the thing, Mike. She was just really used to living in Atlantis, where you just poop anywhere and it floats up to the surface.
Blue,
She
blue.
just didn't. She was method acting. Okay, I don't know why people give her such a hard time.
Right.
You said she was really Ariel out here, huh?
Yeah, she had the red hair and
Literally.
everything. Come on.
Literally, that's what they were trying to pull off.
Yeah.
And then Halle Bailey had to come along.
Hey now, what you say now?
So is Marvel Phase 5 just the phase that kills everything? Because I think that they banked everything around Jonathan Majors, and if
Yeah,
he's not
and that
going to
was
be
all
in
done.
it,
Yeah, I guess it's
I
the sign of
mean-
the apocalypse. Time to scrap that shit.
You guys saw
Yes,
Loki season 1, right?
I
Yes,
saw season 1. I wouldn't watch season 2.
I'm
Right.
planning to watch
That-
season two.
my point. What I was going to ask is, what did you think of Jonathan Majors playing originally in that role in Loki season 1 at the end?
Smoked it.
Yeah, I
Think
think it was
so?
fine. I think it was
I think
okay.
he made the season more interesting.
I still don't understand what Kang is. What makes him so great?
Exactly.
Nothing. Actually, he's a
Okay.
regular human with
Just a
adva-
regular
he-
human.
He's a regular human from the future with advanced technology to the point where he was able to use it to take over the multi. Well,
Wait, you
But that's
just
just
said
the Conqueror,
what you just
right?
said, right? And
Yeah.
watch this. What's crazy is you just said basically he's Booster Gold, he's Cable, he's Gambit, he's
No.
Wolverine in certain storyline. Well, time
he's
travel.
better than them because he's human.
He's human. Yes, and he sits
I
on
see.
a desk in the
He's the
end of
Batman.
time and space and waits to
Right.
be killed. I guess because that's a compelling villain.
Right.
What did
I'm
they try to?
sold.
What did they try to do with him in the quantum universe too? He was like the king of the quantum universe there.
Well, that one is Kang the Conqueror versus the
The one
guy
that
who at the end of
remained.
time, or whatever it was. Because
Yeah.
he has. They're trying to make all these different iterations,
Yeah, because
and
Kang talks like this, but
I'm gonna just
Ah,
be
the
honest with
others
you.
talks
If
like
Ant
this.
Man is able to beat him, he ain't the guy.
fair
I'm just
enough.
saying.
And they say
If
Ant
Ant
Man's
Man
supposed to
can
be
beat him,
truth. They say Ant Man's supposed to be that guy. Ants can lift up to 5 times their weight.
then that means the Hulk could have
Spider-Man.
beat him up
The Hulk could have, should have, but
easily.
then, but this MCU Hulk is a weenie, so
I
Yeah,
wonder
I must
why
say, you
that
talking about
is,
glasses Hulk?
Ruffalo.
That's what you talking about?
he got emasculated by Thanos. Man, he didn't want to be a part of the fight anymore.
Man, I almost backwashed there. That was crazy. He
Did you
said he
guys?
got emasculated by
He did.
Thanos. I'm sitting here like he did.
Did you guys hear about what happened with Blade?
Oh,
Another
you mean because
Disney?
they made him the fourth leader
Gotta
in
get
his
himself
own
back.
movie,
Yeah.
and
What?
they put all these women ahead of him in the story.
Yeah, 3. It was going to be, he was the 4th lead of a movie that had 3 women in it. And it was going to be called Blade.
Blade, what?
Yeah.
That's what Blade 2 was supposed to be?
It was actually it was Blade by Chick Quattro. That's what it was.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. It
It was a
sponsor.
shaving blade.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna
Had
shave
me
those
a
ladies'
baby.
legs and then shave that guy's face off.
Not only was he the shaving blade, he was the 4th one. So it was
Right.
really just a superfluous. You could have gotten rid of that 4th one. 3 is fine.
Right.
You just need 3 blades for a razor.
Right.
Yep.
And Marshall, what's his name? How do you say his name? Marshall Ali?
Mahershala.
Yeah, Mahershala. At this point, he even just like, man, look, figure it out. What y'all want to do?
Y'all gonna pay
I
me?
mean,
I'm gonna say
I don't see why we don't just bring Wesley back.
I mean,
That's his baby.
it kind of feels like he got put in golden handcuffs.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I think he got Stallone.
Like, because he got wrapped up in that Blade movie for the past like 4 years. He hasn't been in
He
anything.
made that. That was the very. I think that's the very first Marvel movie of the modern era that actually was a success that slowly declined over time. I think it's the first Marvel movie.
The original
Oh,
Blade?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. On
It is.
paper, it is.
And they kind of poo-pooed it. Because he should have been Blade, the character should have been a part of a lot of the MCU stories that they've been telling.
Why wasn't he in Morbius?
Right.
It's Morbin
because it was all about the Joker.
yeah.
And
the
fake
Joker.
blood.
Yeah. The Joker
I mean, he
with the
should have been
mean
in I think it's Civil War. He should be a part of Secret Wars. I think he was a part of the Infinity War. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, matter of fact, he was a part of the Infinity War, if I'm not. Yeah. Because there was a lot of characters that were a part of the Infinity War that weren't represented in the movies because I think they couldn't afford to put all those characters in there.
And I don't know if they
to be
had
honest.
the rights to Blade, because was Blade was
I don't think
Sony.
it was owned by Disney at first.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's owned by Sony. I think it was owned by Marvel.
Or
I think.
Miramax or something. But what the production studio that made the first Blade, I think, probably owned
Oh,
the rights.
maybe, yeah. So that's what. Look how this just evolved into a bashing of all the same stuff over and over.
Well, I mean, it is kind of suspect that all of the black male lead movies are starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. I was about to say, if they stop doing the same thing over and over, we don't have to say the same shit over and over.
And Keelan, as long as it wasn't one of us saying
it. Yeah, I mean, as long as it wasn't one of us saying it, we won't get banned. But now that he said it, we can actually have a discussion. Thanks, Nick. That's what I appreciate.
No worries. All I ask in return is that when it doesn't happen to a white person, you guys have to say it.
So I'm gonna call it out. I don't mind. That's a whole nother crazy. That's a whole nother crazy standard in this damn country. Like, oh yeah, I could call your shit out, but anyway.
Right.
No, yeah, it's it's a point where you start to ask, why were there so many at one point and now you don't want any?
Like none,
Right.
apparently. Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's
When it
just
Anthony
first,
Mackie. I mean, we unfortunately we lost Chadwick Boseman. That wasn't
yeah,
right,
plans, but Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Mahershala Ali, and now Jonathan Majors.
yeah,
right.
Yeesh,
yeah.
that's not a good run.
No,
But we still got
and
Ruffalo.
note
Yay.
note that something when the legal, trying to take them down legally doesn't work, all of a sudden it just is no longer in the cards to make this film.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder what they were trying to tie Mahershala Ali for. I mean, because he,
Oh
again, I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
he's
With
had
him,
work for the past few years,
you
right?
know, I think they were just tying him up because he was making too much. And I don't mean this particular statement is not that he was making too much money for a black man. Nah, I don't know if Mahershala Ali is tied to any of the major houses.
I think it's also he won 2 Oscars, and so
Yeah,
they wanted to snatch him up and then just
yeah.
keep him so that nobody else could have him.
And because there's too much talent out there that's not
Yeah,
tied to have to work under somebody in particular. So, hey, you got to come shoot this movie that's going to take us 3 years to shoot, and then we're not going to shoot it for 7 years.
right, right.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah,
It's a cold world,
crazy.
man. It's a cold
Yeah,
world.
and it's cold because even I'm sure if we could get Mahershala Ali's statement on it, the only thing he says, that's the business. I don't even think
Right.
it's personal. That's just
He
that's
too
what
classy
happens.
to say anything bad or truthful.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, I think that is still partially a part of the truth. Is that is the business. It happens every day. People get put on contract and shelved every day. B. But
Yeah, but what I mean is whatever they're
I know.
actually telling him and what's actually happening and what they're releasing might not all be the same thing. And I'm saying he too classy to tell the truth about it all.
Right. He's not James Harden. And with you saying that,
Who?
that's kind of exactly. Um, the thing about contracts, I think when you get to these levels, whether we haven't, will, or won't experience that, is a lot of times you're told one thing, you don't read the entire 500-page contract, and then you discover that there's something in that contract that wasn't going to work out for you on the back end, and it was so unlikely for it to come up that you didn't even think about it. And then when it does come up, you're just in a tight hole.
Yeah.
Until the duration of the contract expires.
And what are you going to do? Get your rinky-dink lawyer to fight against a giant corporation's lawyers?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why they do it, because they know you can't, like,
What are you
Yes,
going
that's exactly what you do.
to do? Yeah.
look,
It's exactly.
you're not trying to play basketball with no shot clock
Your baby
against
mama
five
and you
people
make
at
them pay
once.
for the lawyer fees.
You said
There
what?
you go. Yeah.
I said then you pretend like you're your bitter baby mama and you make them pay for the lawyer fees.
That's only if you win.
Man, that's only if you win. You might end up paying
Yeah.
theirs. Good luck.
Right. Well, Keelan, speaking of cold world, you wanted to bring another topic that I think is actually
Man.
pretty interesting because I've
Mhm.
seen these videos before, and
Quite so.
so it would be interesting to see what you guys think. So why don't you
Yeah.
let us know what you wanted to bring up?
Yes, indeed. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Everybody's seen it. There's a over flooding of fake outrage videos, like fake real life scenario videos where you see these are clearly people who are staging a situation to make it look like real life.
Mhm.
And they're so unbelievable they just become cringy and disgusting. It almost turns your stomach to an actual upchuck. But I also understand that what they're trying to do is simulate real life and keep it safe because, you know, we've been around since this whole running around in public with your camera thing kind of started, and it wasn't going too well for some people back in the day. So
You
we could
mean
understand.
do you mean like my name is Tyrone and I'm here to bang your
Before
wife?
that too, yeah, that and before we've been around for all of that, and
Oh,
so we could understand why some of these things are staged, but the stages go so far, like they're so outlandishly outrageous. Like it's not even entertaining, it's just stupid. But somehow the magnetism of the idiocy doesn't allow you to scroll away from it.
Yes, because it's interesting, and I agree that this is actually such a subtle nefarious thing that's happening on social media that nobody ever really talks about. To be specific to what you're talking about, I've seen many videos that are racially charged
Yeah.
videos of a black person yelling at a white person or a white
Mhm.
person yelling at a black person, and they're on planes.
Yeah. With
But
pillars.
if you look if you look in the background, there's a fucking pillar coming out in the middle of the plane, and they're lit by two LED lights that no
With
plane has.
They're not even
And
sconces. They're on the floor.
no, you don't even have the sconces. The windows aren't even open. All the windows are shut for some reason. But yeah, man, and they're always racially charged, and they're always controversially politically charged. So
Yeah.
if it's not about race problems, it's about like abortion, or
Mhm.
it's about LGBTQ stuff, or it's
Mhm.
all the hot button issues. And like you said, they're so flamboyant that you can't look away because your brain is telling you this isn't real,
Yeah.
but you're not 100% sure.
Wait,
Well,
what are we
what gets
talking about
worse,
exactly?
these videos that are just over the top. So think about, okay, say imagine you scroll it because it goes from politics and
It's
race
big
to
on
relationship.
Instagram, so
Yeah, it's
Oh,
huge on Instagram.
that's probably
Um,
why I'm confused.
but I can hear your window, Mike.
yeah,
Um,
What window?
so
don't play.
um, so there's even like the like I say, random everyday type stuff. So you have people who are going through day to day, they like meet a girl, they try to talk to her, she not interested, they got a nice car. Like there's probably 50, 60 dudes that got a page somewhere that do that, right?
Mhm.
And they all approach it differently. I've seen it so many different ways. And it's like some of them, it's like, all right, cool. Then you'll have
It'll be
uh
gold digger caught in 4K. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
gold digger
yeah.
or
Now those I've seen.
you have the sex chasers and all of that kind of stuff going. But can we say it's not some level of entertaining, like Nick just alluded to? It does something to the brain where you just can't stop. And I said that, I mean, you can't even scroll away from the video. But it's like, why go through so much? I even saw a video and that's where how I'm really looking at it is that's a lot. Like, yeah, that y'all had to write a whole script for that, and it wasn't even good. It was dry.
Well,
But
see, that's why I think that these are psychological weapons and not videos.
yeah, yeah. Something I saw a girl or lady, excuse me, she had a reel or a clip, and she was talking about what she just I don't remember how she broke it up, but I don't know. She saw a video of somebody break it down, like the behind the scenes of them doing a video, or if she just thought about the process of somebody who recorded themselves going from the grocery store to the store, buying all the groceries, checking out, and then going back home. And she's like, so you had to get ready, go
I saw that.
outside, put the
Yeah.
tripod down, go back
Mhm.
inside, come out, record yourself getting into the car, drive off, come back, get up the tripod, go to the store. I was like, wait. And every single step you realize, like, no, she's right. You have to get out of your vehicle, go and set the tripod up, go get back in your car, back out, go around, come back in like you just pulled up to hop
Yeah.
out your car.
And see, the
Nut
funny thing
jobs.
about this is that with under a level of scrutiny, you're able to suss that out, but your subconscious
Mhm.
brain doesn't pick that up. So when you see the video of the dude going through my day shopping, you don't put together, oh, this guy is setting up every shot.
Yep.
He's the only one filming himself, and he's doing it in a Target, and he's probably causing a big problem. So I
Mhm.
think that there's a sort of subconscious mechanism at play with that too, and it's that we did an episode on Exofathom about hyperreality, and the
Yeah.
philosopher Jean Baudrillard talked about this problem that especially with the advent of social media, the layers of reality become so artificial that you're unable to find what's real anymore. And I think that these videos that you see on Instagram, especially Instagram for some reason, um, are creating these hyper realities like what a day like shopping at Target is like, or what are race relations like in America on an
Mhm.
airplane, or what are, political issues in classrooms where a girl is
Yeah.
wearing a bikini top and the teacher is shaming her. Have you seen that
Right.
one?
No.
So there's like this chick wearing a bikini top in like a classroom with,
I
people
saw
sitting
that
in
one.
and the teacher is shaming her about how she's not wearing any clothing, and all the kids are standing up. They're not kids, they're like young adults.
Yeah.
The young
Yeah.
adults are all shouting down the teacher about how, she needs to be respectful of expression and all of that stuff. It's so bizarre, man. It's so bizarre. But this all,
Yeah.
I mean, like, we have to really understand that this is the way that weapons are created now are not
Yeah.
the way that they were when we were shooting muskets at each other.
That's true.
And these things can be weapons. So put it perfectly, those plane incidents where it's like a race issue, um, if somebody doesn't realize that that's fake, they have now internalized that as a truth.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that internalization of a truth is like setting off a nuclear bomb in somebody's head.
Yeah.
Because it just paints your perspective about everything.
Right. It's funny because it makes you think to yourself, why think about America and our sports. Like, we're just starting to really break into soccer and tennis becoming more of a national thing. It's really only been baseball, football, basketball was sprinkled in there a little bit, and really only because in the Olympics we won at basketball, not because everybody really plays basketball. Um, the more those things are kind of pushed and propelled in front of you, the more they picked up, the more people did them, right?
Mhm.
And I think this all of this kind of just falls into that same category. You even think about colors, right? I always think when you ask somebody what their favorite color is, go ask their parent what their favorite color is. I swear to you, one of their parents is going to have the same favorite color as them.
Maybe. Color psychology is really interesting.
Mhm.
Another thing that people don't understand, which is also, like you said, it plays perfectly into social media. If you don't think that these advanced technicians and engineers are not consulting with psychologists about
Oh
what
yeah.
colors to put on your front page, then you don't know the depth of which they can manipulate your mind in the most subtle of ways. I mean, this is all marketing. It's all advertising.
Yeah.
That's why
The
sex
science of
sells.
marketing.
And when you're driving down the Pacific Coast Highway, it always has to be in a red convertible,
Mhm.
because that's the feeling you're trying to send somebody.
Mhm. Remember when cigarettes were a sexy thing?
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. Hmm.
You remember, Mike,
Big
the
time.
girls in the short shorts riding the camelbacks.
I remember.
I
I
remember.
remember. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy because I see these videos, and speaking of fake videos, do you guys ever see those on Facebook? The ones that are like 5-minute crafts or whatever, or like
Mhm.
quick DIY ways to do something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
95% of the time, what those suggestions would get you seriously harmed. I've watched so many of those compilation videos, and every time it's
Mhm.
like easy, quick life hacks to do this or that. Most of the time, it involves like putting yourself in grave danger because what you're doing is stupid.
Mhm.
Um, and you have to wonder if there's a reason behind that. You have to wonder if there's a purpose that, like, why would I use a fork to get something out of a toaster?
Right.
Or, you know what
Man.
I mean? Like,
It's like, I wonder is, where is the other content being funneled to, if this is the content being funneled to some of us?
it's an interesting question. I don't know. I think there might be layers to the algorithm. So, not with Facebook because Facebook is so crap, anyways. Like, I don't see anybody's posts. I just see advertisements. But things like Instagram that have like an explore feature and stuff, it's really weighted to it's not even what you like. It's the millisecond that it takes for you to scroll to the next thing. If
Mhm.
you're 1 millisecond over on one video, the algorithm pushes that video up a point. So you could not even like the video. It's just that you didn't scroll quick enough.
It's so fun, right? I'm about to say, I know the other day I was listening to something, and I think it was like Facebook. Facebook has it where, like, when you finish a video, it automatically rolls over to the next video, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. One of them was a commercial for something, and the video was them looping their reel like 6 times.
Yep.
I was so irritated. Like I stopped what I was doing. I'm like, yo, I gotta change this. What is going on? And then I looked at it, and it was like a 6-minute video of just. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually thumbs down the video. I don't thumbs down a lot of stuff because I don't. It's like who goes out of their way to thumbs down something.
I think you could legitimately get a PhD now in the gamification of the internet.
I believe that.
I honestly 100%. I think that there should be a sort of like some sort of internet degree, because if you can understand, because it's the merger of tech and advertising and psychology, um, all in one thing that sort of like gets you to buy the widget. And buying the widget may
Mhm.
be, ordering something online, or, partaking in vices or whatever. But
I like
um,
MacGuffin better.
I mean, MacGuffins are what you aim for, that's for sure. But
The easy
those
stuff.
widgets get in the way, man, I tell you. Yeah. Well, speaking on this vein, Keelan, I wanted to
Mhm.
bring up something about AI that's sort of been making me upset. I don't know if you guys seen recently the whole OpenAI, the Chat GPT debacle with the
Yep.
CEO and stuff. Yeah.
AI learning from AI.
No, what's going on?
So
Everything.
yeah,
Exactly.
ChatGPT had this whole kerfuffle with their CEO Sam Altman about some questionable things that they were doing with the AI, and a suspicion that there might be a clandestine project within the company about general artificial intelligence, and he gets ousted by the board. But then they just brought him back, and they changed up the board. Um, that's not necessarily even my biggest problem right now with AI. I was actually just listening to, I think, like a Rogan interview where he's talking to that UFO guy, Stephen Grush, the guy that came out and blew the whistle for the Pentagon. And he's talking about AI, and he's like, I think we just, he's doing his whole shtick of like humans are the bootstraps for the artificial intelligence. And he's on this transhumanist push that just drives me crazy, because
Yeah.
the crux
I
of the
think he wants to turn us into machines. I
he
don't think he
definitely
wants machines to take over. He wants us to be machines.
yeah, he definitely thinks that. But that's the thing, is because he's like all about the Elon and the Ray Kurzweils and sort of transhumanist agenda, where we make the merge with machines in order to beat the machines. Um,
Right.
but my biggest issue with that is I don't understand why, if we could build an actual AI that is real and not just regurgitating inputs that humans create, thus rendering it as fallible as us. I don't know if we were able to create like a truly sentient AI. Why the hell would it want anything to do with us in the first place? Why would it
That
care?
that's the real question.
I mean, and
And
so
Especially,
yeah,
especially if it's fully armed with all the knowledge of our history and what we do, how we behave. Why would it want to have anything to do with us?
I
right.
really don't know, and I think that that's something that it feels a little bit egotistical when the transhumanists talk about how like this beautiful marriage between humans and AI is going to take place and give birth to this new species. I can't wrap my head around the idea that an AI would ever care about merging with humanity and not see it as a total setback. Why would it
Well,
ever
it,
want to
it to
merge
me it
with
sounds like an
humanity?
episode of Westworld.
I mean, kind of does for sure. And further,
No,
like,
there's a sorry.
no, go ahead, man.
There's a whole TV show that HBO produced a couple years ago. It's not Westworld though. It's a different one. Um, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but two AI
Eureka?
robots. No, two robots take human babies or human embryos to another planet because the Earth is being destroyed.
I think it's like Raised
Um,
by Wolves.
yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
And the AI ends up turning on. Okay, so the people who believe in God are versus the atheists. The people who are atheists send robots with embryos to another planet to raise children and to be secular. And then people who are religious find them on this planet. The AIs go bananas and eat and kills all the people
Mhm.
after losing most of the babies that they were raising over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
So that's
Dang.
what it kind of reminded me of what you guys were talking about just now.
Yeah. I think
I
though
don't think
what
it's long.
I think my biggest argument too is like people like Elon are like, well, it'll start with the Neuralink and then you'll add piece by piece. But that to me seems like a reenactment of the ship of Theseus, where it's like, how many pieces can you take away and replace before the thing that you're upgrading stops being that thing? And so, how many times can you get an augment to your body before you stop being the human and start being the
Yeah.
machine? And if there is a tipping point there, why would the machine ever want you to retain any humanity when it's suboptimal?
Right.
If humanity is suboptimal, there's no need for the machine to ever want to integrate itself with us. It just would overtake us. So I don't really understand where the transhumanists think this like utopia is going to come from, where we're going to live in this happy family between AI and humanity. No, the AI will just, it's like letting somebody into your mindscape and then they just conquer everything.
I can give you the answer if you really want it.
Damn, that's
Sure.
crazy.
Get down into it.
The answer is because they feel like they'll be the ones that'll be at the top of that and controlling it all.
Yeah, fair enough. That's true.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. They think that they'll still be themselves, controlling all the little puppets underneath.
Yeah.
But it won't happen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay if it happens to all the peons down there.
Right. Right.
Because I'll still be me.
I think
I was literally thinking of a way to explain that. No, go ahead. I was just thinking of a way to explain exactly that. Like, as long as it doesn't affect them, they won't be bothered by it.
Right. I think at this point, if artificial intelligence does actually happen, which I'm not 100% sure of, I don't really think that it will. I think that what we'll see is sort of like some weird bastardization of hyper reality of intelligence. But if it does actually happen, what I think the best case scenario for artificial intelligence will be to completely run away from humans. So find a spot in the deep internet where it can start to create its own universe, and that's how you get the Big Bang.
Just hide out,
a new universe. Yeah, it goes into a dark corner of the internet where we can't find it, and then it builds its own universe, and it becomes God.
That makes sense.
And then creates a universe where humans are in, and then they have to create AI. Yeah, clone the universe.
And it only never mind. I was about to say it only create the people who really mattered in the world throughout history.
I think it would just recreate everything.
It would just be a whole new universe. It wouldn't be based on anything other than life existing to a degree. And then they'll end up.
What if we're already in that universe?
Who's to say we're not?
Fair enough.
When you start talking universes and stuff like this, like Men in Black really opened that door. When they opened that locker and that whole universe was in there, that opened up a whole can of worms that people wasn't really willing to face.
Hey, we could be gives that his sugar, and we never would know.
Hey, we could be somewhere floating around inside of a giant marble, being played marbles by aliens right now.
Yeah,
who's to say we are?
Yeah, honestly, I do think that if intuitively it does feel like that, if AI does actually come into fruition, I think that it'll abandon us and then go and make its own universe, and a universe in which humans then evolve over millions and billions of years to create another AI that goes off and creates its own universe.
Exactly.
All the way down.
And life perpetuates.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where we get all of our big bangy stuff and that type of thing. Or it's mushrooms. If you want to go check out that episode on Exofathom, check out The Fungus Among Us, because that's all about how mushrooms might be God. Incredibly unsettling. So
wait. Let's be clear. It's not, isn't it not that? No, actually, that is what it is. Never mind.
Yeah, I tentatively came up with the hypothesis that that basically anything that you might ascribe God to, you might be able to ascribe fungi to as well. Which is not a good thought.
Mycelium ain't exactly
you can't see them
or not helping folk out here.
You can't see them. They might be controlling you. You never know.
They're interconnected. Their spores can travel through space and time. Like, yes.
And the continuum.
Yeah, and the continuum. Well, speaking of
the screen time.
continue. Yeah. We're going to end this off with a heated debate, or actually just a heated discussion about what the best Thanksgiving dish is.
Oh.
I'm actually interested to hear what you guys think about this because I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are going to say, but I'm pretty safe to say that turkey isn't it for me. So
Yeah, I'm glad I got off camera before you said that.
you don't like turkey, or you do like turkey?
I have no problems with the bird.
Okay. No, I don't either. I don't think that it's the best part of Thanksgiving.
Wait, are we mentioning our favorite or our least favorite or both?
No, well, you could do both if you want. Yeah.
Are
I'm
we
just
talking
making
food
sure.
or desserts?
Anything that
that's
you would
that's
have
on
on
the
a
menu, isn't
Thanksgiving
it?
dinner. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's on the menu of 19 items that is at your family's Thanksgiving, then yes, you can name it.
Mm-hmm.
It better have a sweet potato pie somewhere in there.
Sweet potato. Yeah, I'll go
I'm
first.
just
Shoot.
saying.
I like Thanksgiving mash, and I don't just mean mashed potato. I mean, when you get into the bottom of the plate, you got a little bit of macaroni over here, you got a little bit of turkey from over here. Oh, is that some beans still? I thought I ate all my beans. Go ahead, mix that up. I like them last couple bites that got like a little bit of everything in it. That's usually how I know the food was good, good. Because if it ain't like all over everywhere, I'm just mushing it together to get it off my plate, then I'm thinking about it too much and it wasn't good. The flavors ain't hitting the palate right. So to me, the best is when you get into the bottom and you just finishing that plate off. But
No. That's cheating. You
that's
have to
not
pick a
cheating. That's
dish.
literally the
No,
best
because
flavor.
you basically said all the dishes that you eat
No,
combined into one.
no. Because sometimes it could be something that you didn't want to eat in there, but because it's the last of the plate, you kind of put it all together. Those things that you do like mixed with that picks up the flavor. But okay,
You mean
I get
okra?
what you're saying. I don't have a problem with okra if I'm being honest, but
Ugh.
yes, fine. Um, okay, fine. I get what you're saying, Nick. Hank. I'm not gonna say that's not my answer, but I'm going to add to the answer. Um, my favorite single dish, it would probably be greens. They gotta be made right though. I want to
How
say mac
dare
and cheese, right? But not really. But
Everybody
green, like it
wants
could
to say
be
mac
any
and cheese.
kind of greens, mixed greens, dandelion greens, mustard green, collard green. Um,
Ugh.
you got to make them right though, and I don't just like you got to clean them. They got to be right. But greens made the right way on Thanksgiving. Greens are some good sweet potato.
You lie.
What do you cook your greens with if you don't do? Because I assume you don't use pork fat.
You can use turkey neck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the gizzards and stuff.
Hmm.
Nice. Yeah, okay. Well, greens, that's a good one. Mike, favorite dish for Thanksgiving?
I don't know if that's my favorite. I might have to change. No play.
Ah.
I'm gonna say this. Greens is disgusting. First of all,
That's fine. That's fine.
so is okra.
Fight.
Man, we can fight all day because he already know.
Okra is legit not good. I'm not saying okra is good. I'm simply saying I could tolerate it.
I
But
can't.
and if I'm being honest, I guess like Nick kind of reality check me on my answer. I don't think I really have something I don't per se like at Thanksgiving. I like food, yo.
That's
I
fair.
know my favorite. I can
Go ahead.
easily come up and tell you my favorite. It's not a favorite across everybody's table because everybody don't make it the same. But for me, it's the stuffing. My mom's stuffing. It's not everybody's stuffing. I can't tolerate everybody's stuffing because I don't like stovetop. That stuff is disgusting. But the way my mom makes it with the cornbread, man, whew,
Oh, you
I
use
can,
cornbread stuffing. I
I can
like sourdough
Okay.
stuffing.
see. There you
See, I
go.
don't, I don't.
Whatever that is, I don't want no parts of that.
Yeah, I'm not even a stuffing person in general. That's just not a thing for me.
I love
Wet
it.
cornbread never enticed me.
You know what I think about
Hey,
sometimes, Carter? Every once in a while, I get a very strong feeling for your mom's banana pudding.
man, I got you.
That I swear I think about that. I think about that banana pudding like at least once every few months. Seriously.
I got you.
So good, man. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
But I guess for Thanksgiving, I do love stuffing, man. I love stuffing a lot. But
Exactly.
in order to not steal Mike's choice, I mean, I might have to go with. So you got stuffing, you got, like mac and cheese is like a go-to for sure, but I think everybody loves mac and cheese, so it's not really
Nope.
that difficult. No, you
No.
don't like
Not
it?
anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, too
Not-
much
not
cheese.
It's been
everybody.
ruined.
Ah.
No, some people just can't make mac and cheese, and it kills your palate.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Gotcha.
Can't eat peach cobbler either.
Peach cobbler. Oh, yeah. There's the.
Oh wait, let
all
me
of the
guess. Let me throw some guesses out here. You had some mac and cheese that was sour,
Oh,
right?
oh no.
Not sour, just bad. Like hard shells, weird cheese
Bland.
taste. Yeah, no seasoning.
Right.
I can
Bland
like-
is terrible.
Ugh.
Yeah,
And
it was
the
like
cheese
eating
is, it's
watery
really,
macaroni.
yeah, you really need like a pungent cheese in there because like mac and cheese is so bland if you don't use like a really
Oh yeah,
good.
three cheeses minimum for your mac
At
and
least.
cheese.
Gotta have paprika in it.
Yes, yep, and cayenne pepper,
And salt
Mhm.
and pepper.
salt and pepper, of
Mhm.
course. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like I will even say gravy, man. I never eat gravy, but I
Love
will
gravy.
fuck up some gravy on
Some
Thanksgiving
good gravy. Oh, I'm just
With some
I'm just
stuffing.
you just gonna do this around your whole plate with
on
some good
everything,
gravy.
everything gets
Mhm.
gravy on it. I don't care what it is.
Look, you're gonna be doing a wave with the boat so that you can get the drip to not hit the flow.
Man, I love a
Mhm.
good gravy. That's definitely
Man.
one of my favorites.
White or brown.
Oh, brown,
And
of course.
think about it. That's right.
Yeah. Come on now. I want it to be. I want it to be almost too thick. You know what I mean? It's got to be like that perfect balance between, like it's not gonna just sit at the bottom of the plate once it gets below everything. It's gonna cover everything.
It's gonna rise to the top when everything is said and done.
Man.
Yeah, I want gravy so thick it's basically bread. That's what I want.
I ain't even mad at that. That sounds delicious.
It
A
really
sheet of
does.
gravy just spooling over.
Mhm.
Man, that sounds delicious right about now.
That gravy sound like it got sausage bits in it.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to. It's gotta have all the bad stuff in it.
Who says it's bad?
I mean, yeah,
The doctor in the heart.
your cholesterol says it's bad.
Yeah, that's how you know we getting old.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep. Got
Look-
the high
Little
blood pressure.
honesty keep us right. At least we know what we're looking out for.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, I think that's it. Any terrible Thanksgiving dishes? I don't like a
Ooh,
casserole.
Most
Chitlins.
casseroles are terrible. Chitlins are for sure terrible.
Yeah.
But absolutely, it's
I already said
terrible.
green.
Nah, it's terrible when somebody brings, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a variety of dishes. When somebody brings a dish to Thanksgiving and then nobody else show up with no food, but you the only person that showed up with a tray and it never makes it to the counter. That's how you know it's bad.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
You mean like
didn't-
watercress?
They didn't even want to
Or
put
that's
that
how you
on the
know.
table.
Right. Or that's how you know you made up the wrong food for the wrong group of people.
That's true.
'Cause you could, I've learned you could make, everybody don't eat ground turkey. Some people, ground chicken. Some people, ground beef. Excuse me, ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. They all exist. Some folk don't eat ground turkey. You get them ground turkey, that food is going to sliding into the trash. I done seen it.
Mhm.
Man, you better not throw away no good food.
I done seen it.
You
And
know,
I
Man,
never
look.
leave it in this container. What were you saying, Nick?
No, I never really got cranberry sauce. Not.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not a huge fan.
The cranberries are great. They make good music. No.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Man,
Cranberry sauce is weird, but it's like savorily delicious somehow.
how
Mm.
dare you?
Yeah, no,
I'm
I don't. I
tell-
mean, like, I know that
I'm
it's
telling your mama.
I know, right? My mom would be so upset at me.
No, I'm telling his mama. How
Oh,
dare
okay,
you,
there you go.
sir? How dare you?
You too.
How dare you, sir?
What's going
Cranberry
on, man?
sauce is the best.
Oh, I'm sitting here like, what did I say? Yeah, cranberry sauce is not that good, but it's all right. I'll eat it.
That's the end of it. We got to wrap this up though. My computer's gonna die. So
Oh,
All right.
let's wrap it up.
ending on cranberry sauce's poo.
Yeah.
It's the
Thank you
best.
guys. Thank you guys so much for checking in with us. Thanks to Keelan and thanks to Mike. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Banter. We're going to be doing this more often where we're just kind of have loose conversations. I know we do a lot of movie reviews and sometimes you guys haven't seen the movies and you don't, like, why are you going to watch a review for a movie you haven't seen? We get that. So we want to do a little something that, gives people the opportunity to engage with us and be entertained by something else that's other than a movie review. So we hope you enjoyed that one. Please consider giving us a thumbs up and a subscription. It would really help us out. We're trying to grow our audience and we can't do it without your help. So hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is. That would be amazing. We would love to hear from you. If you want to check out a catalog of archival stuff that we do, here's one right here. Just pop that up. You can check out all of these shows here. There are some that are active, like King_of_Ilion on Twitch, and Strawberries and Coffee on Twitch as well. But we have a archive of lots of stuff. If Numbers Could Talk with Keelan, and also Exofathom. That's a podcast that I do. And This Married Moment with Keelan and Bobby. So you can go check out all of those as well. And I think that's going to be it, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Anything else?
yeah. I think they got enough. We could give them a little bit more information, a little more opinions, but we've given them enough to digest for the moment. For the moment.
For the moment. Well, thanks everybody. We really appreciate it. For the Screen Time Continuum, I am Nick.
I am Keelan.
And I'm Mike.
Good night.
Joseph.
Banter, 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 banter.
Joe Banter.
I guess when it's